your marriage, okay? Just some thoughts, some suggestion, how we can, affair-proof our marriage. Number one, start with affirming communication. We kind of talked about this a bit earlier, right, about using kind words. But build up our spouse using our kind words, especially in the areas of our life that may be insecure. Say nice things. How beautiful you are, honey. Or, man, I just love you. You're just a great leader. Just build the person up. Okay? Look at Solomon 7 verse, we read this before, but I just want to read this quickly. Solomon was building up his bride to be. He says, how beautiful are your feet in sandals, O princess daughter. The curves of your hips are like jewels, the work of the hands of an artist. Your navel is like a round goblet, which never lacks mixed wine. Your belly is like a heap of wheat, fenced about with lilies, and your two breasts are like two fawns, twins of gazelle. And it goes on. But it's basically saying here, Solomon was admiring the beauty, the physical beauty of his bride. Okay? Solomon was lifting her up, said, man, you're so beautiful. I remember after reading this is a while ago, I decided to be creative too, and I want to write my wife a poem like this. So I started writing, and then when it comes, and I said, I want to be creative. Like, I don't want to use Solomon's word, I want to be creative. So at one point, I said, in my poem, I said, and honey, your neck is as slender as the CN Tower. Now, I don't know if you know what a CN Tower is. This is CN Tower, okay? This is the tallest building before it least in Canada, in the world, okay? Tallest tower, sorry. Okay? That thing in the middle is a rotating, So I wrote that meaning from the deep of my heart. I just wanted to, be creative, right? And your neck is as slender as a CN Tower. And she read that and said, what? Are you saying my neck is like a, string bean? She's still laughing. We had a good time, I mean well. I'm trying to be creative, but I got in trouble, okay? So, but until now, we always still laugh when I tell her how beautiful her neck is, like a CN Tower, And by the way, if you have a chance to go to CN Tower, it's great. You have a dinner there, and the thing revolves, about, and you can see the whole Toronto. It's really nice. But the point is, Solomon was trying to admire, trying to build the bride's insecurity, because in Solomon's chapter 7, Song of Solomon chapter 7 verse 1, the first few verses, it tells us very clearly that this woman is insecure about herself. It says here, do not stare at me because I'm dark, for the sun has burned me. My mother's sons were angry with me. They made me caretaker of the vineyard, but I have not taken care of my own vineyard. So this woman, it sounds like she's a country woman, okay? And she grew up in the country. She was and she works in a field, in a vineyard, and so she got tan, she got dark. And so she feels insecure about her appearance, especially to Solomon, And so she's very insecure here, you can see here. And Solomon in chapter 7 starts to build her up, to lift her up and say, man, you're so beautiful, you're this, and it looks like this and this and this. And so he knows her insecurities, and then he builds her up. Maybe she was insecure because she knows that she's not as beautiful or as pretty as the other women who are pampered in the palace. And I think, if you're a woman and your husband have 1,000 wives, you'll be insecure too. But, this woman's basically just saying how she felt. And then Solomon knows her insecurity, and he builds her up. So what I'm trying to say here is that, man, first of all, talking to us, let's build up our wives. Tell her how beautiful she is. Not in a bad way, but in a genuine way, and we mean it from our heart. If we know there's an area of her life that she's insecure, maybe her parents used to make fun because when she cooks, she's always burning her fries or her rice or whatever it is. And you need to start building her up. Honey, I never tasted such a good rawon. It's just wonderful. I never tasted such a good bak moy or whatever it is. You just say it out loud and don't lie. But just build her up, okay? And the same thing. And I want to say something here for the women too. Us men. Let me tell you a secret. Us men, we may look macho on the outside, but deep inside, we're just like little boys, okay? We need to be built up too. You maybe heard this before, but do you know the difference between a boy and a man? Right? It's the price of their toys. Okay? That's all it is. Take a look at this, okay? When we're boys, we play with little trucks like that, right? And we grew up a little bit, and we start having a little bit more expensive remote control cars. And then we grew up a little bit, and we have a little go-kart, right? And then we become an adult, and look what we have, right? So the difference between a boy and a man is just the price of their toys. Deep inside, we're just a little boy. We want to have fun, and we need to be admired. We need to be encouraged. So wives, encourage your husband. Look at this, Ephesians 5, verse 33. It's very wonderful. It says here, nevertheless, each individual among you also is to love his own wife, even as himself. But look at the last part. And the wife must see to it that she respects her husband. Now, when you look up that word respect her husband in another translation, this is how it goes, okay? It says that she notices him, regards him, honors him, prefers him, venerates and esteems him, and that she defers to him, praises him, and loves and admires him exceedingly. Look what it says. I forgot the translation now. It just blanked my mind. I didn't write it down. But it says that admires him exceedingly. Admire your husband, wives. The world out there is quite harsh. It's a jungle out there. Maybe you are an IT, maybe you are a customer service, and you got flags from your customer, you got flags from your boss, and it's such a great thing when you come home and your wife just have such a, nice, kind words about us. Don't tell us all the things that we did wrong. Just sometimes tell us too what we did right. When we come home, we want to not have a wife that begins to nag. When are you going to fix the car? When are you going to start doing it? We just got home. We're tired. We want encouragement. And I really appreciate my wife. I'm not trying to lift her up, but I do in a sense. But, ministry can be challenging too, and she's so sensitive. Sometimes I come home in Toronto, especially we come home from a hard meeting, and she recognizes that I'm a bit down, and she would just say, oh, honey, you want to talk about it? Or she would say, honey, you're a great leader. To hear that from your own wife after a hard day, after a hard meeting, or whatever it is, it's such an encouragement. I've been preaching over 20 years, and sometimes I still go to my wife and say, so how do I do, honey? And usually you'll see me, when I come down, she will tell me, Ed, great job. And even if I didn't do a great job, she will say it in such a way that it's still encouraging. She said it now, I know I'll tell her usually, I know I didn't do a good job. Just tell me nicely, okay? And then, but usually the first thing is, thank you, honey, or you did a great job. I really, we need it. Us men, so men and women, we need to affirm one another through good communication. Another a second one, a fair proof of your marriage is companionship. In other words, do things together, okay? Do things together. Remember the common, and this is, I'm guilty of this too, and you can talk to me, we're both guilty of this, but before we get married, we used to do things that even if we don't like it, we'll do it, right? I don't like shopping, but I still go shopping with her. Why? Because I want to spend time with her. And she may not like sports, but she still will do things with me because she wants to be with me. But the problem is when we get married, suddenly we don't do things anymore. Right? You hear a complaint like this, like, before we get married, she used to watch football all the time with me. But after we got married, she said she hates football. I don't understand. She used to sit down with me, we watch games after games, but afterwards she said she hates the game. She hates football. Or the other way around. Oh, he used to give me flowers and roses all the time. Oh, we used to walk on the beach, we used to go shopping, but afterwards he forgets. He never remembers anymore my birthday or our anniversary or all these things. We don't do, that's the common complaint, right? And so what I'm suggesting that we need to remember what Revelation reminds us. But I have this against you, that you have left your first love, therefore remember from where you have fallen, and repent, do the deeds you did at first, okay? This is Jesus talking to a church, but it can also apply in a marriage. And I often put it in the 3 R's, okay? Remember again, if we used to do certain things, just remember, hey, we used to go watch a movie together. Let's do it again. Repent and repeat. No matter, do it again.